In the world of crime, some masterminds hide in the shadows. Others live in the spotlight before disappearing into darkness. This is the story of Lee Murray, a professional fighter, a feared street enforcer, and the alleged mastermind behind the largest cash robbery in British history. A heist so bold, so calculated, that it stunned the United Kingdom and changed his life forever. Lee Murray was born in London in 1977. Raised in a tough environment, he learned early that survival required strength, and strength he had plenty of. Murray became a mixed martial artist at a time when MMA was still growing in Europe. He fought in promotions including Ultimate Fighting Championship and Cage Rage. He built a reputation as a dangerous and explosive competitor, aggressive, confident, unpredictable. He wasn't just another fighter, he was known for intimidation outside the cage as well. Stories circulated about street altercations, nightclub incidents, a reputation that blurred the line between athlete and enforcer. But inside the cage, he was focused, disciplined, driven. No one suspected that behind the scenes, a very different kind of plan was forming. The year was 2006. Cash was still king. Armored depots stored tens of millions of pounds, and security systems, while advanced, relied heavily on human trust. The target? A Securitas cash depot in Tunbridge, Kent. This facility handled massive amounts of physical currency. On any given night, tens of millions of pounds could be inside. For most criminals, this would be impossible. But for someone who understood intimidation, psychology, and planning, it was an opportunity. The robbery was not impulsive. It was meticulous, calculated, and terrifying. The plan relied on deception. On February 21st, 2006, a gang posing as police officers stopped the depot manager while he was driving home. They told him there had been an incident. He needed to come with them. But this was no police stop. The manager was kidnapped. Then, his family was taken hostage, bound, threatened, used as leverage. The message was clear: cooperate, or your family suffers. Under extreme pressure, the manager complied. He granted access to the secure facility. Inside were millions of pounds in cash. The criminals loaded money into a truck, bag after bag, pallet after pallet. By the time they were done, 53 million pounds had been taken, the largest cash robbery in British history. When the news broke, Britain was stunned. How could something this massive happen? How could a secure facility be breached? Police launched one of the largest investigations in UK history. Hundreds of officers were assigned. Forensic teams combed through evidence, phone records, financial trails, surveillance footage. Gradually, suspects emerged, and one name stood out: Lee Murray. Authorities believed he was not just involved, but the mastermind, the man who organized the operation, the strategist behind the kidnapping and execution. But Lee Murray was no longer in the United Kingdom. He had fled. Destination? Morocco. Why Morocco? Because he held dual nationality. And extradition laws between the UK and Morocco were complicated. British authorities sought his return, but Morocco refused extradition. Instead, Murray was arrested and tried in Morocco. In 2010, he was convicted. He received a 25-year prison sentence, later extended. He remains incarcerated in Morocco today. Here's the mystery. Of the 53 million pounds stolen, only a fraction was ever recovered. Millions remain unaccounted for, hidden, spent, Buried? Laundered through international networks? No one knows for sure. Some believe large portions were moved quickly across borders. Others suspect trusted associates hold the remaining funds. The money has never fully resurfaced, and that unanswered question continues to fuel fascination with the case. Lee Murray's story fascinates people for one reason: contrast. An athlete who competed on global stages, a man disciplined enough to fight professionally, yet allegedly orchestrating one of the boldest robberies in modern UK history. How does someone transition from sport to high-stakes crime? Was it greed, ego, thrill-seeking, financial ambition, or something deeper? Those who knew him describe a complex personality, charismatic, intelligent, dominant, someone who thrived on control. Perhaps the heist was not just about money. Perhaps it was about power. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Britain's most audacious heists, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more true crime breakdowns, and comment below. Do you think the missing millions will ever be found?